What is going on, guys? So the iPhone 10R in 2021. Do note that I've also made a separate video for this. Do check that out as well. But this is just my latest video on this to summarize all the points and my experience so far. Now coming to the design, I would actually prefer this rounded edge design to the squared edge design that the iPhone 12 series have. I think this feels more comfortable and premium in the hands, even though it's a bit prone to slippage. But I think with the case on, it does solve that issue as well, and I think this feels more premium in the hands. Now coming to the size of it, even though the iPhone 12 and the 10R both have the 6.1-inch screen, but this feels a bit more bigger because it's a bit more wider than the iPhone 12, and this actually gives a more better viewing experience as well. It makes it feel like it's a bigger screen than the iPhone 12. So I think when it comes to the screen size, the iPhone 10R takes the win here. Even the iPhone 11 when it comes to that same design, even though we have thicker bezels here, but I think that does not interfere in our experience anyways. So now coming to the display, even though this is an LCD display, I would say it is one of the best LCD displays out there. And regarding media consumption, I have faced no such issues. Yes, the colors are a bit dim, but that's fine. It actually goes easy on our eyes. The blacks are not too black, because sometimes I think on the OLED displays on the new iPhone 12s, yes, the blacks are deep blacks, but sometimes they take away the viewing experience. Now it is still 60 Hz, but on the iPhone 12 also it is 60 Hz, so it does not make any difference. Now coming to the Face ID, yes, they have improved the Face ID a bit on the iPhone 11 and even in the 12. On some angles, it does work a bit faster than the iPhone 10R, but if you're not comparing them, or if you're not using them side by side, you would not notice a difference. Now coming to the speakers, actually yeah, they are a bit less loud than the iPhone 11 and even the iPhone 12s. The iPhone 12, especially, even the 12 Pro Max is the loudest of them all, but still these are not bad speakers at all. They do have that bass and they do sound pleasing. Now the next thing is the A12 processor on this. Well, believe me, editing 4K videos on this is also a breeze, just like it is on the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 12. You would not notice that much of a difference. Yes, the rendering times are a bit increased on the iPhone 12 to say. When it comes to actually editing on the viewfinder or on the timeline, it can still stream 4K videos really smoothly, and there are no issues in that. You don't feel like this is a 2-year-old phone. Now when it comes to the battery life, yes, it has gone down a bit in 2 years, but when you use a fast charger with it, then I think it really compensates for that. The battery life, especially the battery optimization, has been done really well with the newer iPhone 12s. At this time when the iPhone 10R was launched, it was the battery king. Until today, it does give respectable battery life. The next thing is the cameras. The front camera, I would say, is pretty good, especially compared to the latest iPhone 12 and the 12 mini, even the Samsung flagships, I would say, because it does produce a lot of details, especially even in low light. Switching to the back, it does have that single sensor that it always had. It does not have any more sensors, but that sensor works really well. Yes, it does not have the night mode, and sometimes I did feel that, especially in 2021, it should have had that night mode, but it does not. But still, it works in most of the scenarios. I made a camera comparison with the iPhone 12 as well of the 10R, and you would notice that the iPhone 10R in most cases is not that behind. The videos especially are always super smooth, and 4K 24 frames per second also has a lot of details, and it does not feel like it's a low frame rate video. Especially when I switch to 4K 30 FPS, it feels really smooth. And if you see this transition that's going on there, even though it's not capturing that frame, it's working so smoothly. So guys, yeah, we don't have that ultra wide camera and no zoom lens. It all boils down to if you really need those lenses, because most of the times even I myself have observed that I do not use that ultra wide or even that zoom lens to say. And in my experience, I don't think the zoom 2 times 3 times zoom actually really makes that much of a difference, because I have used the space zoom on the S20 Ultra, and after using that space zoom that actually has 10 times or 30 times good zoom, so actually that really makes a difference, and you get used to it, clicking photos of far away objects. But anything that even the 12 Pro Max has, the 2 times zoom, the 2.5 times zoom, I don't think that's a big requirement or a big thing to have. It's a good to have thing, but nothing great to boast of. So guys, the iPhone XR in 2021. So if you see the price, especially in India, it's around 43,000, and it's really very close to the price of the iPhone 11. So if you spend just a little extra and go for the iPhone 11, you get an extra ultra wide camera, and you also get night mode on the wide lens, which actually comes in really handy. Also you get spatial audio, which actually gives that 3D surround sound effect while watching media. You do get a faster Face ID, even though that does not make that much of a difference. But yeah, the other features that I've told about the cameras, especially the cameras, makes a huge difference. So if you can spend a little extra and go for the iPhone 11, then that would come in handy even 2 to 3 years down the line. Otherwise, for basic usage, and if you are just used to a single camera, and if you're not much used to shooting photos or videos at night, this is more than enough for most people. So hope you guys like this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.